All right, what's going on to you Libras? So you Libras have the Chariot, the Ace of Cups, and you have the Hermit. So what's going on here currently with you is, for some of you Libras, right? Like I said, you finally move forward away from the weirdos. Now is the next step of your life. You're in this new time in your life right now, and you're being very much so scarce. You're not actually making yourself known or showing out you're not hanging out with the same people that you used to, and they're taking notice of this, right? Because you, again, Hermit, you're very serious. Like, you don't want to have people around you and they fake. We've seen what people do to a person who's real, like Nipsey Hussle. You know what I mean? They'll they'll have a problem with him. And the Nine of Wands right here, the Nine of Wands right here is all about how, so those people are trying to figure out, like, okay, what's going on with you? How come you're changing? And it's not that you Libras are changing. Okay, you are changing, but you're changing for the better. They've always been dysfunctional. They've always been lame. They've always been dysfunctional. I'm getting all kind of notifications, but they've always been this dysfunctional. It's just that you Libras didn't take the time to actually really see it, really peep game, that in fact they really are dysfunctional, because they are. The Knight of Cups right here is about, but you're no longer worried about what they've got going on, what those ex-friends and romantic interests got going on. You Libras are transitioning from being a hyena to a lion. A lot of you are realizing that it's time for you to, like, stop while you're still young, while you still have your youth. Stop engaging in this nonsense while you are still young enough to actually make a fast turnover, right? So a lot of you Libras are understanding, you know, anyone that's in your life that's going to be a power struggle, give you a headache, right? Make things difficult, especially when they don't have to be difficult. I'm just seeing how a lot of you Libras are going to essentially stay away from these people, because those are not necessarily the best people for you to actually say that you're going to be around in the first place. So then now the Tower is about how, and that's where your whole world is changing, right? Like, it's amazing to see what happens to your life when you let go of all of the dysfunctional friends, right? Your life, right, Three of Cups, starts getting better without them, because when you're hanging around people, right, you have the Three of Cups and then you have the Two of Swords. When you're hanging around people who are blights, who all they can do is bring you down, what's going to happen is they're going to do just that. Even if they're not even doing anything to get you upset, to get you dejected, right? To feel a certain kind of way, to feel down, to feel melancholy, right? You still hanging around them spiritually, and I've seen this myself as its own spiritual phenomena, right? You get around these individuals, you're not going to be able to get the things done that you really want to get done correctly. Not in the way that you want them, right? Or at all. Plenty of times while I'm hanging around my so-called friends at the time, I don't anymore, I haven't for years, but there's time where I've hung out with them where it's like, it just seemed like nothing went right. Every time I'm hanging out with them, standing next to them, it's always, I'm getting stereotyped, I'm getting this, I'm getting that, and I'm stepping in gum, I'm walking in the doors, I'm, right, all types of wild stuff, and I'm just like, well, what exactly is going on right now? And you know, unable to actually get things done, all kind of doors closed. I'm telling you, I'm going to, you know, I'm trying to check out some sort of job interviews and stuff like this, and unable to actually get it. I didn't get the job or whatever, stuff like that. So you know, trying to apply for trying to reapply for college or whatnot, and I'm hanging around them and failing my classes and stuff like this without any kind of understanding on that level. Why? So it's like you hanging around people who are just going to be blights to you. They will literally mess up your energy. Because from the minute that I stopped hanging out with them, literally 2 days, it was the last, it was the birth. I'll never forget it. It was 2013 was the last time that I hung out with them. That's why I'm saying it's been years removed. 2013 was the last year that I hung out with them. Me and them was token, right? We was token, and that was the last time that I hung out with them. Because, and then 2 days after that, my life immediately started to get better. And you Libras are seeing some serious changes yourself too. Your life is getting better. But and they know this. See, that's why parasites, they have to be around you, because they want to be along for the ride of you doing better. Because these same individuals now trying to come back in and reach back out to you and trying to low-key find out where you are and what's up with you and how come you haven't been around low-key. And while at the same time, they don't want to admit it to themselves that they've been dysfunctional. They've been messed up. They need to step their game up. They need to actually handle their business a lot better. And because they have a spiritual blindfold on, right? So they over here trying to convince you that you Libras are wild and y'all are insane and y'all know what y'all talking about, doing all this wild stuff, right? Or maybe if not doing that, stepping to you like they should have stepped to you all along, with some form of common sense, right? They step into you like they have a form of common sense, like they know better and everything like that, right? And the thing is that the Six of Wands and the Three of Pentacles, now a lot of you Libras don't even want them back, because you know that it's a lie. You know that it's an illusion that they're putting up. They're only doing this for the time being, up until the point where they feel more comfortable for them to be able to start, implementing or weaseling the same nonsensical BS that they've been using. And you're just going to be right back at square one again. No, a lot of you Libras understand you have to essentially learn from your mistake. Your mistake was getting involved with these goofy friends and people that are trying to stress you out, maybe even exes. Maybe even exes, people that you have been getting to know romantically that was wasting your time, right? Some people where you just now getting to know and you don't even know them like that. And immediately they giving you problems. They talking about, how come you haven't picked up your phone? Where have you been? They're trying to check your phone and all this other type of stuff. It's a lot of time being wasted, yo. There's a whole world for people, a whole new world. No, but there's a whole world out there for people to really explore. And they will never actually explore it if they just keeping you here on some, let me check your phone, why haven't you been calling me back type stuff. And so you Libras know this. So the Six of Wands and the Three of Pentacles, things have been turning up for you Libras well, in a way that you like. You Libras don't have to deal with the stress of listening to another person's unnecessary problems, because every time you Libras would have given them advice, they ain't listening to you anyway. So you don't have to deal with the stress of that. You Libras don't have to deal with the stress of, if you can trust this person, if at any point in time if this person is going to come back and try to run game on you, pull some type of skullduggery, you Libras ain't got to worry about any of that. It's just you. So because of the fact that it's just you, guess what that means, Libra? That means that your life is way more open for whatever you want now, because your life has been wiped clean. The slate has been wiped clean for you Libras. That's the amazing part about it. When you actually do it correctly, you get to do what? You get to start over. Because now you don't have to deal with delusional people in your life romantically trying to stress you out, right? And it's getting you in a particular kind of way because these are the people who you are romantically involved with. You understand what I'm saying? So it's different than family members. Family members, obviously, platonic, obviously, right? For obvious reasons, right? But then when it's a romantic partner too, it's unique. When the two of y'all going through some problems, it hits differently. Same thing when it's family, it hits differently. Y'all are genetically related, it hits differently. Now you Libras ain't got to worry about any of that. You separated yourself enough to actually start over in a way that you want to. And it's not even really about starting over. It's more about making a correction. It's like, yeah, because you still have all those skills and those lessons that you've accumulated and you've learned over the years. But now it's a correction, really. It's more so about, now it's about you having to actually correct the course of your life. What does the course of your life, where do you really want to take it? Do you want to get back in the dating pool? Great, you can do that. You can start fresh. Don't tolerate anybody that's pressing you about where you've been. Because truth be told, that's really supposed to be talked about and covered at first. You know, the insecurities is really supposed to rear its ugly head at first. The longer the relationship is, it's actually the lot less that the two of you are supposed to be caught up in the banter of the relationship, of the banter of like the dysfunctional relationship of like, let me check your phone and how come you haven't called me back? You're actually supposed to call each other less when y'all are in the street. At first, you can get away with that a little bit, but as the relationship go on, you're supposed to actually do that a little bit less because there's more trust being implemented. You ain't got to call them every single time. So all of that nonsense of checking your phone and every time you see them, let me check your phone. All of that. There's a whole other world out there. Traveling, getting to know other people, opening your mind and all this other type of stuff. Me, when it comes to the people who I'm getting to know romantically, I like to put them on game. I like to open their mind, if I can, up to a brand new worldly perspective. I like to show them. I like to correct their education. I like to show them why they are valuable. Dry bones, why they are valuable. And give them the evidence to it. Here's the evidence. You know, exhibit A, you know what I'm saying? But the small-mindedness be getting in the way. Can't hang out with them because they're not understanding what I'm talking about here. They so busy trying to think. You got a whole bed and you're only wondering about the little stitches on the sheet, the covering, right? The covering, the duvet, right? The cover. Then you got the whole bed of itself. The sheets that you put on the bed and everything, like they got all that along with it. You only worried about the little stitchings. So let's clarify some of the cards, right? Let's clarify the Three of Pentacles. The High Priestess, the Star card, the Moon. Wow. Oh, the World and the Moon. Wow. 4 major arcana. 5 of Wands. Wow. 4 major arcanas back to back. To clarify the Three of Pentacles. Your life is going amazingly. It's changing. It's redirecting itself amazingly. The High Priestess and the Star card. You Libras, you're welcoming the change. You're loving the change. You're loving the correction yourself. You Libras are getting a chance to understand what I was talking about for the past 4, 5, 6 readings. that your life will change for the better when you abandon your friends, when you let go of the dysfunctional friends. The friends that you keep are the ones that are showing you value right back. You dig? The world and the moon right here, they look alike. But the world and the moon is about how and if they're not willing, you have to gatekeep. If they're not willing to meet you halfway, you have to gatekeep your own safety, your own psychological safety, emotional safety, physical safety. You can't hang around just this group of individuals or whatnot. Who's to say that they don't plot on you behind the scenes and talk about getting at you because they jealous or they upset with you and everything like that? You know, I've had that done to me. So if it's someone that you're messing around with romantically, right? They may have a significant other that they talk cash money trash about you to. If it's a friend, quote unquote friend, they may be talking to some people that you may or may not know about you cash money trash. Same thing with family members. You have to protect yourself. And then you have the Five of Wands, because things can get real hectic real quick. And you Libras have been through more than enough. Y'all deserve to actually have things start going your way. And you Libras are seeing that things are going your way because you're separating yourself from them now. You know, like I said before, 2013, that was my last time I hung out with them. I was already writing my book then. My book, right? I already had got a book deal when I stopped hanging out with them, right? I had actually got a book deal before, but that night, August 27th, 2013, that was the last time that I spoke to them, as far as hung out with them for real like that. And we token. And that was the last time that I hung out with them. Boom, my life had already been correcting and doing a better job for me and stuff like this. My existence started to turn around for what I wanted it to be when I stopped hanging out. Because, you dig what I'm saying? Because these people will put spiritual blockages and walls in your way. But when you let them go, you Libras are seeing yourself on a first-hand account. Your life is way better. And how come you didn't do it from the very beginning? That's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. There's a link in the comment section below called the Linktree link. Click on it. It will redirect you to a website where there's ways to get a personal reading, birth chart reading, my merchandise, which is clothes and everything, t-shirts, sweatpants, sweatshirts, hoodies, as well as the books that I have that are on Amazon. Please go ahead and come through and pick up one of those things. It will really help out the channel. Peace.